Today guys, we're checking out the classic Epiphone Casino, made famous by legendary bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Let's check it out. The Epiphone Casino was first released in 1961 as a more affordable option to the Gibson ES330, and it quickly rose to fame in the mid-60s when Paul McCartney picked one up, he took it to Abbey Road and started using it on the Beatles recordings. The band loved the guitar so much that both John Lennon and George Harrison also started to use an Epiphone Casino, and it featured on a lot of their classic recordings from around 1965 until the band broke up in 1970, and both Paul McCartney and John Lennon carried on using the Casino into their solo careers. The Beatles' rivals, the Rolling Stones, were also famous for using the guitar in the mid to late 60s, and you can often see Brian Jones and Keith Richards using the guitar on stage, TV performances and in the studio. Fast forward to the 90s and Brit rockers Oasis are also famous for using Epiphone guitars. They did like to use the Sheraton and Riviera, but they did also use the Casino in the studio and started to use it live on stage in the late 90s and early 2000s. And their good friend, the British mod icon Paul Weller, is also famous for using Epiphone Casinos for his soul-infused rock. Other guitarists that you'll also see using an Epiphone Casino are people like The Edge from U2, and more recently the modern day blues guitarist Gary Clark Jr. can often be seen using a Cherry Casino like the one I've got here, and Epiphone also made him a signature model in 2015. So I'm a huge Beatles and Stones fan, and I've been wanting a Casino for years, and I finally picked one up a couple of years ago. So we have a closer look. The body is maple. You get a mahogany neck. You get the Epiphone vintage style tuners, and I must admit it does stay in tune really well. You're getting these really cool parallelogram inlays on the fretboard which make it look really vintage. You're getting the binding running down the neck and around the body. You're getting these two P90 pickups, which I love. They've got a great sound to them, really versatile. Two volume and tone controls, and you're also getting the really cool tailpiece. The guitar comes in several different finishes. You can get it in this high gloss like the one I have. You can get it in cherry. You can also get it in vintage sunburst like the Beatles and Stones used in the mid-60s. You can also get a natural finish as well, like the one that John Lennon used in the late 60s and early 70s. And you can also get it without the high gloss in a worn finish, and that comes in worn ebony, worn olive green and worn blue. And prices range from around £389, which is around $500 US, up to about £489, which is about $650 US. But you can also pick one up really cheap on the used market. So a couple of things that I love about the guitar is that it's completely hollow, which means it's really light and really nice and easy to play. But do be warned, because it is hollow, it does feedback really easily. And I love the P90 pickups. I think they sound great. They've got a certain vintage tone to them, and they can do everything from blues and rock, and they can clean up nicely as well for jazz and indie. So there you go guys, that's the Epiphone Casino. One last thing that I love about this guitar is that for an affordable price you can get a classic guitar that looks and sounds awesome, that's being used by some of the biggest bands and artists on the biggest selling records of all time. Follow the links in the description, go check one out for yourselves, and thanks for watching this video. In a bit.